I have you.
Here we go again. Well, I say that all the time, it's probably getting boring now, but still. We're going to do the iLIFE. We did the iLIFE V5s Pro, which is a fantastic little robot hoover that does hard floors and low carpets, which has a 500 PA suction power. But now we're going to do this, which is like it's be a brother, more skilled brother, let's just say that. This is the V5s Pro. So let's get the box out of the way because it's just a box. This is what it looks like. I think we've gone through, the design is pretty much the same as the V3, and you would put your trays in here. What does this do that's different? This will wash your floor and dry it after it's washed it. So you feel there's a water tray you put in here, you put the water in, or cleaning fluid, whatever you're using, and as it goes round it puts the water down and then dries it up after it. Mops it up, polishes it up using a microfiber style cloth that attaches to the base. Again, this is another one of those robots that can sense when it's running low on battery and go back and recharge. It's got its own docking station, it knows when it leaves it, it knows how to find its way back. And there's other sensors on this. Now the V3 had this push bar here as well, and it would gently nudge things, and when it nudges something it knows this ain't there, so it turns back a bit, moves its angle and moves on. This is slightly different. It has got the nudge bar, but this is more in case of like a pet or a person happens to step up and catch it off guard. When it's going around your house and it heads towards a physical wall or object, it sees it before it even gets there. It sees it, it'll be going at this speed, it sees it, it slows right down, gets as close as it can without actually touching it, and gets the brushes up tight, and then it'll turn and it'll carry on its way. So the beauty of this is it won't necessarily hit anything unless you're going to step in front of it, and then if it does, it's just a little soft nudge bar there that tells it it's hit something. This also, a bit like the V3, has got the drop sensors at the front, so when it's going along and it feels the drop, it will basically stop itself, roll back and keep going until it finds that it's no longer on a cliff edge or a drop edge, whatever you want to call it, and redirect itself. Now what I decided to do with this one is do two tests. Those tests are a dry sweep on the hard floor, followed by, and show you the debris it finds, which will be scary because I have a cat and a dog. And then we're going to do the wet one, where it cleans the floor and dries it after. And the reason I wanted to do the wet one was because, I don't know, it seems difficult to believe that something could wash your floor automatically. But I'm assured by all the reviews, and you can Google iLIFE, you don't need me to tell you. Google iLIFE and you'll see all the reviews for yourself. It's on Amazon, it's on, we got this as a gift from Wiseware. In fact, Wiseware are cheaper than Amazon as we speak. As of today, which I think is the 12th of January 2019, Wiseware, which is WYSEWEAR.com, is cheaper than Amazon. It's cheaper than you can buy them on Amazon. On Amazon. It's easy for me to say. I've got a bit of a sore throat. You might be able to hear that faint crisp in my beautiful East Endish accent. Not really East Endish, is it? I love all the comments though about that Cockney accent isn't really British. I think it is. We don't all talk like the Queen, but still. That aside, yes, Wiseware were cheaper than Amazon when I checked this morning, and that was in the UK. Obviously I didn't check your American market, but I'm sure it's pretty much the same. They're all the same wherever you buy them, but more to the point, the reviews say it's very good. And we're talking about thousands of reviews. So I'm going to put it to test, and you're going to watch. I'm going to take it down into my kitchen, and I'm going to set it off from the dock. I'm going to test it hoovering around, see what it bumps into, make sure it does slow down. Then we're going to see if it can wash the floor. We'll put some coffee down or something on the floor and see if it can wash it and mop it up without us determining where the mess had started. I want a nice clean floor. We'll also see, do some other tests like, will it go back to its bay? How does it find it? Does it zoom back? Does it crawl back? How does it realign itself if it's been circulating all around the rooms? It's supposed to be very, very clever, and we are going to find out. So let's take this downstairs and then we'll be right back. Here we have the V5s Pro. Now, I know most of you have read all the stuff online about it, but Wiseware have kindly given us one of these to review, which is good because we had to pay for the V3s Pro. But anyway, so I have to tell you that they've given it to us. So if you think there's some sort of bias, I can tell you there isn't. It's nice to get a freebie every now and again, but no, I will give an honest review like I always do. And I thought I'd do a more thorough one as they went to the effort of giving us one. This is on its dock, as you can see. Now I'm going to come in slowly, just so you can see here, because under here I've got the dust box. The V5s Pro also mops, as in it disperses water on the floor, or not necessarily water, maybe a cleaning fluid, and then cleans it up after it, which is quite clever. We're going to see that in action as well. As you can see, the blue lights flashing mean it's charging, etc, etc. Now this, you can bring this off of this device, off of the stand, and press clean. There's a manual button there that says clean, you can see, and it will go away and clean. But what we're going to do as a little treat for you all is, let me just find it, we're going to pull out the remote. So what we're going to do, just to show you 3 stages, we're going to do a test hitting the clean mode where it comes off and goes and clean, a max mode, although it's more for the carpets, the max mode, and we will also then press the home button here, the home button, just one in the middle, and watch it go and park itself ready. Now you can press the home button to make it go back, or as it runs low on charge and it realizes how low it is, it will find its way back and charge itself. So one key point to note is it must always be switched on, and the on button is down there, even when charging. So you switch it on, and when it's on it will charge. And I guess the reason behind that is if you're sitting in the lounge or a different room, you can press clean and it will come off of its stand and start making its way around, whereas if it's off and charging, it ain't going nowhere. So it's important to leave it on, at least if you want to use it and charge it at the same time like I do. I want it to park itself and carry on, and then when I want to use it I just want to be able to push this big clean button in the middle. So let's press the clean and see what happens. So it's coming off nice and slow. Brush is already going for some reason. It's spinning round. Now we've put here some cat food. These are these big chunks that just disappeared. And it's going to find its way under a table. Now this is good. It's just the right height to get under things. Did you see it slow down there? Now fortunately you're going to see it slow down again when it comes to another obstacle. Well, it's actually going to get through there, look. It's getting all bits of debris that I left here for you. Had a little bash, look. See it slow, and then it moves, and it moves, and it's quite smooth. It's trying to find its way under there. Now, I've deliberately left all the chairs tucked in and that to see how it handles such a complex route. Now, there's also some crap on the floor. Sorry, can we use the word crap? Watch it slow down. There, look, slows down so it doesn't actually bump into the object. Comes back round, and all the time it's mapping a route. Now when it's finished and I follow it, you'll see it slow down. There we go, slowing down. All the time it's mapping a route around the place so it can find its way back out and find its way back to that charging bay. I should really film it. I didn't realise didn't have it in. Watch it slow. For some reason I'm excited about the fact it slows and doesn't hit anything. Maybe because I've had one where the sensor isn't at the front and it does hit things. But you can see from here it's grabbing, whoop, it's grabbing the stuff, and it's pretty good. Now, although I'm going to show you the max mode by pressing the max button, oh yeah, it gets a little bit louder where you hear the suction's obviously increased. However, as I say, that's more for carpets. So I'm going to pause it by pressing the clean button. I don't know why that's hanging, and then I'm going to press the home button and see what it does. So it's wheeling its way around. The charger's over there. It's quite impressive. It's going to miss it. Oh no. Oh no. Look. Let's see how many adjustments it has to make. That's pretty good. So it's slow. It did move then a little bit to the left. And it's charging again. Now if you ain't impressed by that, wait till I tell you that it can also mop the floor. That is impressive. I'm going to put the water tank in now and give you a brief demonstration of that as well. Okay, so we just took the filter out and my wife is going to remove the primary filter, not the air filter. That's the filter that filters, and the air filter is this one here. Disappointingly, I didn't realise there was that much cat hair. I'm not sure what that is. I was expecting the hard rubble, and I'm glad it picked up the hard rubble as well. It proves a point that it works like that. This is the water tray. There's a little water tap icon there. You put the, as you can see, I've put water in. You can put chemicals in. I haven't bothered because the floor should be clean now that Hoover's done a job. But it opens up on here. You just drop this in, push it in, make sure it's in properly, securely. Make sure you put your finger on the word push to close, and it closes, because if you put it here at the top, it just does that. So get it on the point that you want it on. Okay, so now there's water in there. So what I thought I'd do is to put some coffee on the floor. That's some dried, some not dried, that bit there is wet, and we'll test it out. Let's have a look what it does with coffee. I mean, like I said in my previous video, I'm not really, this is the only floor I've got that's hardwood or lino or I don't know what you call it, but all the other rooms in my house are carpeted. So I've hit the clean button, and again I'm going to just use these arrows to guide it towards that coffee. So, oh no, wrong arrow, sorry. Let me move it around. No, this got as hard at steering, you think? That's the way I want it to go. Hold on. It's hard to actually point it at the exact point you want to get it at, but here we go. Here you go. You can see the coffee. Oh, well, it just went over the coffee, and you can see the coffee's gone. That was easy, wasn't it? I'm just going to press home because I absolutely love it. Well, excuse me. As you can see, we've gone down. We've done the review, and I don't know what to say other than it was fantastic. You saw the bits and bobs it picked up. You saw it. We managed to demonstrate everything we said we was going to demonstrate, and I must admit, it did superb. It did fantastic. It did everything it said it was going to do, and more in my eyes. Now, I have to tell you from the outset, I know I mentioned it in the video just now, but I was given this for free by Wiseware. So you might think that this review is not as impartial as you'd like. You may think that I'm a bit biased to Wiseware because they gave it to me. Well, you're wrong. So I'll give you the bad points, shall I? The first thing is, it only hoovers for 2 hours, which is fine for me, but if you've got a huge house, you're only going to do about 2 or 3 rooms, and then you're going to need to charge it before you do your next one. Other things I found. The water tank, this is not the water tank, but it's the same size. The water tank holds 300 millilitres of water, or cleaning fluid. I find that if you've got I've got quite a big kitchen, I did the kitchen, and when I come back there was only 100 millilitres left. So again, if you've got a hardwood floor in your kitchen and your lounge and your hallways, it's probably not going to do all 3 on one sitting. It's going to need more water added or more cleaning fluid added. It wasn't a problem for me because I've only got the one hard floor, but I know lots of people that have loads of hard floors throughout. They've got them throughout their floor, so that could be described as a negative fault. It's ultra quiet, and you may have noticed when we were doing a test, we tested the max mode where it did get noisier, but it wasn't that bad. But that max mode doubles the PA from 500 to 1000, so the suction is immense. Although it's not that loud, it sucks twice as much up. The problem with that is the battery will only last probably half as long. Also, you can only turn the max on if you've got 75% of your battery left. So if you've been using it a bit and you've used it for an hour and you know you've got another hour's worth of hoovering left, you can't turn that max mode on because it wants you to charge another 25% before you can do that. So those could be deemed as a negative. The other thing, I don't know if it's a negative or not, to be honest, but it came with, I think that's a European plug, which is fine, and in the box they give you an adapter that you plug in and then you plug in the wall. I mean, I'm saying it's a criticism, it's probably not really a criticism, because then I can take that on holiday and use it for all those strange plugs that we find on holiday. But still, that's what I've got for you. I thought it was awesome. I'll leave it at that. Put your comments below, because if you comment on how good you found it or what you found wrong with it, that's brilliant, because then the people who are reviewing this video can look at those comments and get a separate view on it that's not just mine. They don't have to take my word for it. Failing than that, just Google iLIFE V5s Pro and have a look at the reviews. There's thousands of them, thousands and thousands of them. Thanks for coming. Hit the like button. I'm hoping it's over there, and if it's over there, right, then hit the like button. What can I say? There's a like button around here somewhere, and there's a, down there is a subscribe button. Oh, it's probably down there, isn't it? Hit that subscribe button, because I don't have enough subscribers, and you could be the one that tips me over the edge and makes me smile in the mornings. Get it on, get it done, and we'll see you on the next one.